This is modding. Episode 1. It is about more than an end product. Not all ideas come to fruition from a notion. Knowledge is often learned. Fruits of labors are a bonus and not a given. Here is an example of me. Running with a no-plan idea blind on the fly like a fire drill attempting to probe potential. In the end the vape was lacking this time around. But I was learning, while hacking and modding. Subject Clay. One Dream Array. Well-made clone of Chris Creations Fatty V2. I now shall play. To remove the innards. A 12mm long M2X.04 screw shall be used to leverage the threaded metal core upwards. Once the screw hits bottom, keep going with added pressure and it will rise from the nylon. Once the threaded section is removed, the nylon will be loose and be able to be removed easily. The following reel shows the process on some already removed nuts. A look at the entrails shows a healthy system. It has been removed to prospect a better dream. The shape of the hard nylon seems very familiar to me. I had seen the exact shape in a Boway CD4 above coil silicone thingamajig. I had used it before on me Hydra units, but that is another ode to modding not told here. This dream started with a spin. One hastily shortened CD2 tube and its ceramic head were added into the mix already mentioned, along with a common silicone seal you shall see soon. A needle file was used to cut the end pin slot that was sanded lower profile. Replication warning, the length was too long. This image, as merely a note to cut and sand shorter than shown, if tried again one day. The little familiar seal fits like a glove into the metal machine work. I did not do it this time, but 4 washers and screws could be used to hold the seal more firmly in place, thus preventing a battery mob's positive pin forcing it upward into the chamber upon a hard tightening. The additional silicone is a common one seen here. Seal failure warning. The upward face was a nice seal, but the lower inner end leaked, and when blowing out flooding, the whole tank would drain out to the bottom. Here is a video showing a rough fit together. Notice I press the pin in too hard and the silicone lifts. The 4 washers idea would fasten the seal. If tried again. Please keep in mind, while watching the rest of the video, that the point of view camera work is done very uncomfortably, as I am using the camera's tiny screen most of the time to do the building, and it is very hard, frustrating, and new to me. But while modding and filming at point of view I am learning, teaching, and getting better hopefully at all. I cut to length a 12mm long screw and filed the tip. It was a M2X.04 screw and was shortened, for use earlier, thus no reel of the processes. I also used a 3mm outside diameter Sterling crimp bead tube to ramp up the wire clamp level. I want to clamp up off the floor away from the Boway silicone doodavicky seal. A common human toothpick fits the .082-inch hole on the 3mm silver crimp tube. As .082-inch is a tad larger than the 2mm toothpick. Simply insert the toothpick until it is deep and break the pointy tip off to begin sculpting. Whilst sanding and or filing the tube short, the toothpick acts as a handle to grip and hold securely, keeping one's fingernails and tips away from the abrasive work area, whilst also providing leverage and a better view of one's work as it progresses. Note, the silver grommets in the image are not used in this video. Moving forward at a fast pace, we now move to attaching some Kantho wire to some nickel wire in a secure and simple way. I do not use special crimp pliers. I use my serrated grip surface. General modding use micro pliers. I turn the work over and crimp from both sides. I then bend the excess toward the crimped tube. If I was not doing this quickly like a fire drill and filming, I would have seated them tighter to the crimped tube and not left them barb-like and pointing outwards. After doing the one side, I use a ruler to measure. I use me fingernail tip to mark a spot in the wire. This yields a guide mark for where to crimp. On the first side crimped, I made the nickel wire extra long. I now cut it and use part of it for the other side's needs. I hastily grabbed a 7/64-bit that had been laying on me desk. I made no plan. Began modding, as if driving the car without thinking in this project, never using any technique that I can grab quickly out of me magician's hat in attempt to prevent a crash only whilst speeding. I am not aiming for the end goal. This is more of a meditation on modding whilst learning and sharing. On my ceramic head builds, I do not like the splice to hang too near or far from the coil. The crimps seat into the bottom inner groove within the walls of a ceramic head. They act as risers. To help make the process flow easy, I twist the crimps into the direction parallel with or in line with the ceramic wall. I often like to lighter burn coils once made and then check for deformation. This 32WG1 is fine, but 28 warps like a mammoth mother tusker. I got a strip of USB rolled cotton. It is a little large for a 7/64-bit coil. I did not keep in mind feel is more important than size. I rolled the cotton but forgot to pinch the cotton to feel its density along the potential wick. I encountered ignorance from others today, and am working out me frustrations in a constructive exercise. Like upon training in the art of modding rather than war. Modding under pressure metamorphizes and hones skills. Like Sun Tzu, whom I only know as snippets. I me spinny coily. Mr. E seek to perfect me wisdom and to destroy all ignorance. 7/64 is too large for me taste. In CE2 heads, I simply keep going, because I am filming and learning whilst teaching. I have no secure plan in the frozen moment in time on how to firmly seat the connection. The positive wire must connect firm the post for a slip connection. I did not film it, but this 32WG does not fit, as its roundness makes the fit tight enough to crack the ceramic. If one forced it, ceramic is like glass. A smooth yet firm solution awaits in the following reels. At the end of this one, no ohms registered, as the connection was a fail.